What's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday, back again. Market is down almost a point here, really nothing super special. I got a decent number of stocks on the list today. SPY still kind of stuck in between this 281 and 275-ish. Just to see what happens. I mean, kind of another scenario where I can look to, short the highs, buy the lows. I mean, this 277.50 level is definitely pretty clear that it's holding. Could definitely be a good buy at some point throughout the day. Would rather wait later than sooner, though. I know the SPY just can get crazy choppy, so I really want to see it play out a little bit first. But for the gap and go things, got a decent number of stocks on the watch list. Looking like some of them are actually setting up a little better here towards the open. CLVS kind of ran up towards its pre-market highs, a little higher, and same with Dollar General here. But looking at Apple mainly at the moment. A couple seconds here till the open, and we'll just have to see what happens. I think Apple is definitely the number one candidate at the moment. Look at that lag. That's a big spike. I can probably... Wow, that is something else. I think I like Dollar General more after that one. Right under the whole number. Good spot for it. Spread's going to have to be a little bit big here. I think 500 is going to be too big. I could probably go 350. Alright, minute close there. Oh no. I don't understand. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. Just giving away money. Well, hopefully we get down there now. I need that back. Tape is really not picking up speed here. Not a lot of volume on the open. Just gotta wait and watch it here for a second. Seeing some more red. Can't tell. I don't think there's a hidden buyer here. And he's gone now. Volume just dropped off. that's annoying. No reason to be down money at all now. I do want to pay attention to that level still, because it's always odd whenever a whole number holds like that. Especially on the open, especially with that much volume. So there could definitely still be a play there. Spy's turning around. Alright, looking for opening range plays. I'm not seeing anything. CLVS is interesting. It's been kind of gaining power here. Let's see, I would have to be okay with probably a 50-cent loss. I don't know, it's not great, but we are above a pretty big daily resistance spot. I mean, we haven't failed yet. I think I can take an opening range play on this one. Take it over the break of 50 if it decides to pop back up here. There's something going on at this 31 right here. We've got to be hidden seller. I'm gonna move it up here. I'm gonna get just 150 above 31, and I'll go another 150 above 52. Because we keep holding above VWAP here, and I feel like if we can get above that 31, we can make a break for high day again. We just closed under it for the first time. But if we fail, we fail. gets bought back up. Definitely still in play. I think we're gonna get it. Alright, I need to see it on the tape first. That he's still there. It's nice to see this thing close above view app. I close right at it. I'll take it. Don't like that volume though. Volume's growing in the wrong direction. I still want to watch this. I just want to see what it looks like up there. But if we break under this 80, it's gonna be a problem. Just one person's got to do it. Nope, nothing yet. Alright, looking at Apple here, looks like a pretty good spot to get short. Been paying attention. Oh shoot, I might have just missed it there. Stop loss is going to be above 50 here. Alright, got 250. Getting short here. SPY just made a new low a day, so that should definitely help. This looks really good with the moving average just now coming down on it here. Gave VWAP a tap once. Kind of a little bit of a struggle here, but gave me a good spot to get back into it. See if we can get below the whole number. Decent move here, but oh, SPY's really dropping. I want to hold on to this one. anything I want to add into it. And the SPY's bouncing off the whole number here. But Apple can still definitely make a move. Well, that's a problem. Come on. SPY turn around, made a new low day, and then it's bouncing pretty hard right now. You know, this is it though. This is the spot to add. If it can't hold this, which doesn't look like it is. I also have a new stop loss. It's high 30, 32. I'm taking this. So I got 400 short, 18, new stop loss is going to be 35. This thing wants to make a move here right now. Anything in the 80s, I'll start taking some. Don't do that. If it can just consolidate for another couple minutes, we got the 20 coming down on it here. SPY's sitting at low a day still, so it's still helping. It made an attempt for a bounce, big engulfing candle right back towards low a day. Just need to see Apple fall here. Alright, SPY's getting ready to make a new low day. Good break. Need to see in the 80s and I'll start covering. SPY's big low day, big drop here. Right, take a little bit. Apple's really not, it's not that synced up with the SPY right now. I mean, every time the SPY's been really weak, and Apple just seems to not be that weak with it. Here, I can probably just do this. Just this is the SPY. You can just see huge downtrend here, but Apple just ain't following it. Anything in the 70s, I'll cover some more, because I'm really not liking what Apple's doing right now. But I know it's influenced by the SPY. But I mean, the chart just looks good. I gotta give it a chance. You know, this might be that warning signs thing that I'm always talking about. I mean, SPY or Apple just not being as weak as the SPY was really throwing the trade off. It's not an A plus trade. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't add again. SPY just broke above whole number here. And Apple's getting ready to close. I might need to get all out of this here pretty soon. Yeah, there it is. Man, that was annoying. That's really disappointing because that looked really good and then it just no follow through. I mean, with the 20 and the 9 coming down on it like that, I mean, I can't ask for much better. SPY's bouncing again, going right back towards low day, and Apple's doing the same. If I wanted to get back in, I don't really know what I need to see here. So now we got a high of 36. So I could get a little bigger here because, I mean, the SPY is still weak. Apple failed to move higher again. I think I do need to get back into this. Might have missed it. It's just the risk reward is so skewed. SPY making a new low day. Apple's just not doing it, man. Alright, I am gonna stay away from Apple. It's just not breaking with the SPY. Okay, I'm looking at the SPY again here. Hopefully I get filled. Come on, man. Shoot. Trying to get filled at 92 with 250 here. So the SPY just bounced off of a pretty important level, 277.50. Just trying to get filled. There it is. Alright, 250 shares. So the Apple just absolutely refuses to break underneath of this level. The SPY just dropped to a big daily level, this 277.50, and it bounced off of huge volume here. So I'm thinking that if the SPY can hold, then Apple can finally start uptrending. I realize I'm buying in a pretty weird spot. I'm only risking 250 shares off of 20 cents, so I mean, I'm starting off pretty small here. But the SPY looked like it wants to bounce from that level, and I'm thinking that if it finally does bounce from that level and starts trending a little higher, Apple will do just the same thing. And we can start moving higher. If not, I'm only wrong $25. But I'm considering this a starting position for a long. But, that's 180. Yeah, something's going on with the whole number here. There's a hidden seller at 181. Not anymore. Alright. Might have something here. SPY is moving up. Alright, so 181 held pretty strong last time. If it decides that it wants to come back, I can certainly add back into this. Where can I put this? There. Alright, so it came back to VWAP. Above the moving averages. Need to start getting above VWAP here. And I can certainly add into this if 181 wants to start holding here. Or anything wants to start holding. I mean, if the SPY starts taking off again, which it looks like it just might. Alright, anything above, yeah, right where it's at right now. Alright, I'm all out. I made my stupid money back. I can definitely add into this. If I want, I don't know where the 9 is at on the 5, at 181.65. I got a squeeze, that's pretty much all I want, all I'm looking for. Trying to stupid lawn maintenance dude can't make me think. Trying to really sync up with what it's doing with the SPY here, because I feel like Apple itself wants to go long, but until the SPY also wants to go long, Apple's not going anywhere. So what I think I want to do is I might need to give it a couple of minutes here. Because until the SPY looks like it wants to make a higher low, kind of what it's doing right now, Apple might not want to go anywhere. Right. There was nothing down there. Had a little breakdown, bought right back up. Plus that gives me definitely new stop loss. Alright, well there was the first VWAP test and then some. So now I know we definitely want to be above. Candle's about to close. I might have to raise my stuff here for another 250. Probably not going to get filled, but yeah, SPY's taking off again. Interesting. Five-minute 90 May is right here, about 65. Come on. I think I missed it. Well, definitely missed it. I don't know. Can't be too upset, I guess. I got some of my money back, but I don't think this trade's over just yet. Still watching the SPY here. No, this trade needs to be over because I'm starting to break a bunch of rules trying to make a trade here. I definitely don't really want to be long in anything right as this is coming into play. Plus, the SPY has still got to break through VWAP itself and then start closing above the 9 and the 20, so I'll turn it back if I see something. Alright, I'm looking at RH here. We're just starting to get above VWAP. kind of came back and bounced off of it. The SPY isn't, the SPY is not helping yet, and I think that's what I'm waiting for right now, is for the SPY to tell me that it's done going down. And, oh, there it might be right there. Just made a lower high and engulfing candle moving higher. We were down in the 144s, low 144s. I wanted to see if I can get an entry somewhere in there, because my stop loss is going to be, looks like 85. Probably have to just do 80. And it looks like we're still holding here. I'm going to try and get filled here. Just 100. Oh, come on, man. Don't leave until you filled me. This is about as low as I want to go, because if I move any higher, I'm going to end up risking a little too much money that I want to risk on this trade. Do it. Somebody. Somebody give me some shares. Come on. I don't like that volume, though. SPY's getting ready to turn around. That is annoying. That's a big win. It's a big win already, and it's just gone. It didn't make a new high yet, which kind of isn't great. I'm just chasing up here, and there's no point in getting in. SPY's blowing up. Trade's over. Alright, Dollar General is kind of interesting here. So, SPY's been moving up a little bit. Kind of consolidating, really. And right now it's getting ready to go test VWAP again, so it's making new highs. Dollar General is following it. But if Dollar General fails here, then I think there might be a trade to the short side back underneath all of this. So I just got my stop loss, 106. Yeah. And I can... SPY's failing, moving lower here. I need to wait and watch, because I would absolutely be breaking my rules, because the volume on this thing is so low. I'm trying to take a short above VWAP. I feel myself getting angry because I missed out on, I gave away money, missed out on money, and today's just been a wreck. I really want to make sure I'm not forcing a trade. I do want to watch. I want to see how it develops. Spy's dropping again. I'll come back to it later. Okay, I'm looking at Dollar General again. The Spy's dropping, getting ready to make another new low a day. This is turning into a trap trader trade. Alright, I got filled a little bit. I'm only taking 50 shares. I'm not trying to go crazy or anything. Anything in the low 105s, I'm covering. Because there's a whole lot of longs in here that, because it's been consolidating so long above VWAP, that if this thing does get a chance to break down underneath all of this, everyone's going to be hitting out, and there goes the Spy. Love it. Just keep on gunning it. Alright, so the Spy is a little strong at this point. Spy's a little strong at this point, but Dollar General is not. So that is definitely telling me that I might be on the right side of something here. Spy is very strong. Oh, nope, not more. Bounced. Came up to view up again. Third test here. Dude, this guy's gonna come right next to my door. Alright, now there is no reason to let this thing go too far, so I'm raising or lowering my stop loss. I'm just doing a stop. Alright, make a break candle here. Got the 50 coming down on it. Need to see where we close. See if it acts as anything special. If not, then need to be a little cautious. I feel like there could be some kind of squeeze here if nothing happens. So I do want to have that in just in case. Oh, we're getting something it looks like. Really need to see it in the 50s mainly. 50s is what we want to see. It's good close so far. I think SPY's at a new low a day right now. I'm going to add a little bit more into this here. Got it. I hate to cut this trade off. SPY's that new low a day. Just waiting for it to make a move here. I'm sure there can be some kind of move out of this if we drop. Just gotta see it. Killing me, dude. I mean, it's low volume, so I definitely expect to be holding on to this thing for as long as it'll take. But all signs are pointing down here, but we're not moving down. SPY is still dropping. Something happening. This 68, 68, 66, 67, 70. Just this whole line just needs to go. I might add into this again. Man, it keeps giving me good risk reward here, so I mean, I'm only risking 30 cents at the moment, so that's a $60 loss possibility here. SPY's dropping, making another new low a day, another push here. God, dude, just making my heart hurt. Anything. Pick up the pace. any move, especially under 50, I am out of this thing. Here we go. Do it again. Do it again. Under 50, yes. That's it. Is that all I'm gonna get? Whatever, man. I can't deal with it. Whenever I'm taking these trades, I'm taking them on the assumption that there's gonna be some kind of big break after we get underneath or above a certain level, and if it's not making that move, then just get out, because you know this is also a test if it wants to see and go higher, because all these longs and shorts and everybody that's been sitting in here for God knows how long is just waiting for this thing to break one way or the other to see which way we're actually going to move. So if we do break lower and immediately gets bought back up, well, then that tells everybody that we don't want to go lower anymore. I mean, especially with the SPY doing what the SPY's been doing. Just no sense in sitting here waiting, debating, just trying to figure it out. Alright, I'm going to be done for the day, so I just want to do a recap of everything that happened. Gotta start with DG. Obviously made a big mistake right in the open. Cost me $100. So automatically, you know, first thought of the day was damage control. Just get back what I unnecessarily lost. Ended up doing decent with it, I guess. But the one trade that I took on DG didn't really set up until quite a while. I mean, obviously you can tell it's trading in a much lower volume than the rest of the stocks that I usually trade. Kind of a strong open, got underneath VWAP again, got above VWAP, but really just a slow grind. Consolidation sideways, and I was watching it in here for a move either way. I kept noticing that it made a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So I was waiting for it to break one way or the other here. So we kind of made a break down, failed, brought back up, made a break up, again failed, and came right back to VWAP. And at this point I was telling myself that I should avoid it because it's a low volume stock, but I didn't realize that it was still a trap trader scenario. Yeah, it's low volume, but I mean it's still a good looking setup. I mean, with what the SPY was doing at the time, there were enough variables going in my favor that I thought I could still make something out of this setup here. So entered in at 10:14. So at 10:14, what was everything doing? So 10:14, the SPY had just attempted to make a new low a day push. Kind of broke underneath this little range here. Didn't quite make new low a day, but the other big thing to note was the tick charts. So the time's a little different here, but at 9:15 here, what is this, NASDAQ? And this is a NYSE stock. So looking at the NYSE tick, about 9:15 here, we start hovering around the zero, but then shortly after, I mean, we get down to negative 1,000. So I mean, plenty of things in this trade end up working in my favor. I mean, we got the 50 coming down on it. Still sitting below the moving averages, so I kind of called this the make or break candle here. SPY from that point on just kept dropping, making new low a days, and just dropping lower and lower. So I mean, the overall market was definitely on my side, but we just really could not get anything to happen. So I shorted 50, added 100. So I kept adding into it as, you know, my risk reward changed a little bit. So originally stop loss up here at 35, 36-ish. Changed it as the trade kept progressing. I mean, I could have changed it again to a break above 106, but I know with the whole numbers, you know, you can still get a scenario where you get that pop above and then comes right back down or something. So really I was just waiting for this thing to make a move one way or the other. I mean, I wanted to see it underneath 50 ultimately, but after this 69, 70, 66-ish started holding for so long, you know, it just kept worrying me. I mean, if it's not gonna drop like the market's dropping, then I mean something's wrong with it. But I mean, I still respected the pattern. I mean, I needed to be patient with it. I needed to give it the chance to make a move. And once it made the move, I was like, okay, it's either gonna go or it's not. I am all out one way or the other. So I mean, we got into the 40s, decent little push, and then bought straight back up, and I was all out with like a $30 winner or something. I mean, it's just disappointing, but I mean, you gotta trade what you see, not what you think, not what you want. And I mean, at this point, I was telling myself, if it failed to go short, it's probably gonna go higher. Had a decent little squeeze here. Definitely could have been a good long right in here. I mean, just kept compacting and compacting, but you can see each time it didn't get as low as it did the previous time. I mean, thing just took off, and it could have been a pretty decent long trade in there. I was looking at it to RH for a while too. Somewhat of a good opening range break, I guess. I mean, kind of not really. But it failed pretty hard, pretty quick. Got right back underneath VWAP, consolidated. Then we started getting above VWAP, and I was looking at it, just watching for it, waiting to see what it was going to do. Pulled back to VWAP and bounced. So right in here, I was thinking, okay, might want to trend higher finally, depending on what the market does. This was actually before all of my DG trades, so the SPY was consolidating at the moment. It had just made a new lower high. Thought I might be able to get something, just couldn't get filled. I had to step my order up a couple of times, and I mean, I was just, nobody would sell to me, so didn't get filled. Ended up making a pretty decent move to 146. I mean, I'm positive I would have been out of this trade earlier rather than later, mainly because the volume, the volume being this low in these trades is always an issue. So I'm just trying to be a little more conservative, protect profits while I got it. It's not A+, so really not trying to make anything run with it. And then the other trades that I took on Apple. Just paper cut myself. So let's see. Not too much to speak of at the open. Kind of consolidated a little bit on the VWAP, but I was looking at it for the VWAP bounce play here. Got above VWAP, closed kind of a little doji here. And then as soon as we got back underneath VWAP, I was looking for, a couple more retests, see what would happen. So I ended up shorting 250 shares my first time here, right at about VWAP as it kept bouncing around. Made a decent push lower, came back to VWAP again, still needed to hold on to it, still needed to respect my stop loss. Figured maybe it would put in a new stop loss, which is exactly what it did. So we ended up making a new decent little push here. After I saw that failing on the tape, I added more into the position and then waited for it to make a new break of the recent low that it just made. So I took only 100 off. I think I was 400 shares short, and just ready to take off profits as it went, down in my favor, because this was an A+ scenario. I mean, the SPY was dropping pretty heavy. I mean, it just flat out looks good for a short, but I mean, it just didn't get it, and I ended up stopping out just above the recent high here. I'm just trying to see. So it was at 950, 949-ish, and the SPY looks like the SPY had just found a bottom at new low a day and started bouncing up before it turned around again. I'm just trying to think, maybe I could have saved myself a little bit of trouble on this trade by exiting earlier. I don't know. I don't really think so. I think I just needed to. I think I did the right thing. I mean, I gave it a chance to move lower. It didn't. Came all the way back up. It broke through the moving averages through VWAP, making a new high. I mean, I might have been able to add back into this underneath VWAP or something, but I don't know. I don't think I was just really wasn't feeling it at that point. Ended up making a new low and bouncing straight back up. So then at this point, I was thinking, all right, well, fine, if it's going to go lower, cool, it's going to go lower, whatever. But it didn't. It made a new low, breaking under this recent consolidation, but not towards the open here. So at that point, I was telling myself, well, this thing might actually want to be a decent long now. So at 955, the SPY had also just found a bottom again. When we were talking to myself about it, I was saying, I knew that 277.50 was a pretty decent level on the SPY, plus we had all this capitulation volume, so I figured this could be definitely a good opportunity to go long, and I mean, it ended up working out really well. I added, looks like only 250. I think I was looking to add somewhere into the trade, but it just worked out so fast that I just got what I wanted and just took it just as fast as I could. So I think originally on this trade I lost like 20 bucks or something. I can't quite remember. So it was, I covered about 15 cents. So it was like 300 shares that I covered in 15 cents. So it's like $45 loss plus a $50 win or something. Or a 35. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I was really small. But the win definitely put me above. Put a 91 on the Apple trade. And I mean, I don't know. I might have been able to add back into it again, because we started consolidating again higher above VWAP, giving me multiple chances here. So that's at 10:05-ish. I don't know. The SPY wasn't looking super great at that time. It's just kind of maybe looking like it was ready for another low a day push, but I don't know. I let it go. Probably wasn't. Maybe another B plus setup or something. Just something I avoided. Definitely not stressing about missing that one. But the RH trade was definitely pretty upsetting. I mean, it was just, the day was a headache to begin until the end. I mean, I'm happy with how I managed myself, I guess, how I managed the trades. It's just unfortunate things, really. I mean, the scenario, the overall context of the market just looked really good. But just no follow-through. It just looks like overall things are gapping up, gapping down, sitting underneath VWAP, and just being supported by buyers, and it seems like things just want to move higher rather than lower today. So shorts obviously didn't play out like I wanted, but respected what was going on. Finishing the day super small, plus 30. I mean, I think I'm like 120 on the week now or something. I mean, it's nothing one loss can't take away now. But I mean, I'm seeing things, watching it develop, trying to get in. Just I don't know. Could have been a pretty good green day. Just wasn't. Can't be too upset, I guess. But that's all I got for now. I will be back tomorrow.